Good evening. It's Mondo, the Blind Rail fan. In this video, I want to talk about an important topic. We strive to motivate other blind people to be as independent as they can be. But today, I am not here to give you a lecture on what independence is like for a blind person. I'm here to talk about a more specific aspect of independence that some of us overlook sometimes. And that is having your own spot as a blind person. For many of us, that's impossible. We usually have to make some adjustments, and that includes anything from living with strangers as roommates to possibly joining government programs or taking advantage of a dorm system at a local college. If you guys are students at a college and they offer you a dorm, of course, you want to be a blind, independent adult. You're going to take that opportunity. But I want to focus more specifically on the blind people who want to have their own apartment. That includes me. And let me tell you, I'm going to break it down for you and tell you what that represents in my local state. So in California, if you're a recipient of SSI, you get $1,291 on average for a blind person. It may vary based on living arrangements and other aspects, but you usually get $1,291. In other parts of the country, that sounds like a lot of money, but for California standards, it's not. In the area where I live, the region known as the San Francisco Bay Area, in order for you to be able to live in a one-bedroom apartment, rent for a one-bedroom apartment here is about $1,800. And that translates to, if I'm not mistaken, to you having to make a $5,400 income on a monthly basis. Because California tenant and landlord rules have established it that way. And of course, landlords took advantage of that. So they ask for you to make at least 3 times the rent. For a blind person living off of Social Security, $1,200 is not enough if they're asking for you to make $5,400. You are about $4,200 short. Just about. So next time, and this is for the sighted people, next time you guys want to point fingers and judge a blind person and say that we're being lazy, we really don't have an option. Some of us don't. Some of us do. It all depends on what everybody's situation is. It varies by individual. Some of us have a certain level of education. It's not easy for blind people to get a job. And I know you guys hear it every single day, but it's reality for us. So before you point fingers, make sure you're taking good care of yourself physically. And let's hope you don't end up biting your tongue later on in life. A lot of people don't realize it, that 60% of people with visual impairment or blindness are people that once had good 20/20 vision. Yeah, so don't point fingers because you might be in that boat later on in life. And I have nothing against anyone, but just breaking it down so that people could see that we are not trying to come up with excuses, even though it sounds like we are. It's just the facts are out there, baby. Educate yourself before you point fingers at people. Peace.